EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, security, 56. And come on out here, come get some. Come get some.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? 49 to Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 20. 49 to Mike, watch 49. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. 49, 49, guys. 49. Here we go, here we go. Mike's 49. Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Newton on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Newton. He's got the connection to Cooper. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, first... down there on a pickup of 25. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready? 60 out now. Check, 59. I'm coming. 5. Minus 59.
Throwing on first down. Tanner, and caught by Henry. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
He's coming. We got double up. Gun. Bang. Watch the safety.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And fighting down inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Hey, check, Mike 57.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Great.
Newton on 3rd down. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Chance. Slant.
Fair. Fight.
From the gun, Tanner. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Four down. Check.
Right 38, right there.
Operating from the gun, Tanner. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
At the 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
20.
Switch.
Gun.
Go. 57. Mike, 57.
Watch the slant.
Out of the gun, Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
49. Strip the ball.
Ready?
Switch.
Hey, check 24. Check 28. 8.
That's it.
On first down, Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
57's the mic.
To throw again, Tanner. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Tanner. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready?
88. 50 seconds. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Watch the eye. Shoot. He's coming. Double up.
8.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Motion. Reset. 57's the mic. Watch 57. You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown. So
they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Hey, Sam off.
On first down, Tanner. He completes it to Henry. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Looking to throw. Tanner. Throw left side complete. That's Yates. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Now Gordon on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
Leo. Check.
Operating from the gun. Tanner. Complete. It's Henry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Mike's 59.
Back to throw. Tanner got Gordon open, completes it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
I smell fear in that offense.
2nd and 11. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now.
Off the play fake. Tanner. Got a man. It's It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Cooper was the target there. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Here we go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Hey, zoom.
50 seconds to Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Tanner. And it's complete. Henry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking to throw. Tanner. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to the ground now with Gordon. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Topper, topper!
From the gun, Tanner. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down and 10 yards to go.
This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. And the catch made, it's Patton. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Down. 70, Indy.
Go, team. Let's go.
Go.
Looking to throw on second down. Tanner. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Let's go. Interception. Let's get it, baby.
By the Panthers. His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
57. Mike, 50 seconds. Yeah. You don't want to know.
Operating from the gun. Tanner. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Tanner. Benjamin's got it. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now the rookie's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Great.
58, come on. Slam. Watch 8. Hey, alert 3. 25.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Throwing is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Smoke. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Tanner. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception. Wow.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back to throw. Tanner sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch 12.
Hey, Alpha.
3-3. Mike 38, Mike.
Hey, lock it.
6 man. Check curls, check
5.
From the gun, Tanner. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Newton. Chargers Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. We begin to tear you up.
Off play action. Newton steps away. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Newton. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Tanner completes it to Benjamin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Tanner. Wide open receiver, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
He took him at 29. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down. 60 or hard, hard.
Let's get off the field, D.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Tanner looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Yates. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 official.
Let's go.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
20. You ain't doing nothing today. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 58, right?
Operating from the gun. Newton. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
We won it. Come to my world.
From the gun, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Melvin Ingram make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Tanner. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Check Mike 27.
Operating from the gun, Tanner. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 35-yard line.
To the set. Ready to eat. Here we are.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 50 seconds, come on. Gun. Shit. Ready?
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point try good by Gano, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 Short able to record his 5th sack of the season. Looking to throw. Tanner. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Patton. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 Short. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Ready?
And down